Yep. What up? What up? Y'all already know what time it is. Here now, tuned in with your guy, Big Joe and Lil Joe, man. And we just want to kick it with you real quick. But before we start, I want to tell y'all, if you ain't want to subscribe to my pop's channel, go over and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get him to 10 racks. You don't know what 10 racks is. You know what it is. But man, me and my pops, man, we were just sitting here talking about the adjustment when you coming home from prison, man. And I was telling pops, one of the things I think helped me the most was I didn't get high. You know what I'm saying? Me not doing drugs, man. I know a lot of people that done came home, man. Even if they stopped doing drugs, it was hard on them, and they started coping by doing drugs when they got home because it was so hard for them to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Getting up on their feet, and when you get a job, man, it just seemed like you just check the check, especially if you used to, having it. Even in the penitentiary, it sets you up when you come home because having it in the penitentiary is different than having it on the streets because it don't take as much to really have it and be okay in the penitentiary as it do when you free, when them real bills hit. Dad, what's your opinion on that?
I agree with you, and I'm glad that you weren't doing drugs. I can remember when you were asking me about some of that stuff when you were younger, and I used to tell you, I said, you do that, you ain't gonna be able to run fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff like that worked on you because you were young. But no, I agree with you, man. The adjustment that you have to make mentally to be able to do time is the direct opposite of what it is it's going to take for you to succeed on the street. And what I mean by that is this. What you got to do in here to make it, it ain't going to help you out there because your mindset is different. Just a few minutes ago, me and you were talking about how, one of your partners got to keep in the back of his mind that he got to have a certain mindset. And he's doing that just in case he comes back.
Yep.
Right? It's like you can't fully engage in your freedom because you're thinking about what happens if I go back. And that is a sad reality. Nothing about being in prison helps you prepare for the streets unless you do what, and I'm not trying to toot our horn, but unless you do what we did. You have to be intentional about, I want to be free. I know that the decisions that I've made are wrong. I don't want to do them no more. And you don't have to have all the answers when you make those declarations, right? But you have to be intentional about, I'm going to give it all I got. And that's that on that. And sometimes, man, that might require you to cut some things loose, man. And that's what's hard for a lot of people, man. You know? What do you think about that?
I agree, man. Like you said, not doing drugs, and then when you go to the same environment, to me, that is 8 times out of 10. That's a recipe for failure.
Yes.
Especially if you was a hustler or using the streets in any shape, form, or fashion. But one, you ain't gonna have the peace you really want. People can accept you back and come out, but if you still got some stuff going on inside of you, you still gonna have your head on the swivel. That's one thing I'm grateful for being out here. And I just noticed maybe the last 3 years, a lot of that PTSD started, fading off. You know what I'm saying? Initially, I was still, even out here, I was still kind of, now, man, I just be noticing how free I am when I move around. And then that job stuff, man, like I understand getting out and getting a job. Man, if you really ain't set up to really get up, like I said, and you have a certain mentality, especially if you got kids, and then people are always depending on you, and you ain't got it in you to set them boundaries and say no, man, you're gonna feel like this ain't enough. You're gonna put pressure on yourself. You're gonna put pressure on yourself. You're gonna put pressure on yourself, man, and
Let me say this too while it's on my mind, because I do not want to forget this. This is important. And I need you to chime in on this too, what I'm going to say. Because this is an appeal directed to the guys. And I ain't talking about this GD.
Yeah.
Any affiliation. This is me. It's Joe T. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all know me. I know y'all. We cut from that cloth. But listen to me, man. When you got a brother, man, that gets out trying to make that transition, you and I both know that sometimes, 99.9% of the time, in my opinion, 100% of the time, I'm going all in. Let that brother go, man. Let that brother go. Because if you really love somebody, man, that's what you'll do.
That's what you'll do.
You got a lot of brothers that get out and they true people, right? But to make it out there, that lifestyle, those decisions you got to make when you're affiliated, it ain't going to work, man. It ain't going to work. It ain't no halfway in, halfway out. So stop being so miserable and forcing somebody to have to keep making those decisions to benefit the oil or you. And let them make a decision. Let them be free to make a decision that's going to benefit them. And trust me when I say this, man. Trust me when I say this. He'll help you. Or she'll help you.
Yep.
Some guys that I know today, I love them. I love them, and I met them when I was a part of the business. And if they needed me, I'd be there for them, but not in a GE way.
Yep.
I couldn't do that because if I did it that way, I'm going to end up doing something criminal.
Yep.
But you got to help them as a person. And stop being mad because somebody gets out and makes it, man. Be happy for them, man.
Not for real.
Be happy for them.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that, man. You can't keep doing that to each other. It ain't nobody abandoning the struggle. What they really come to understand is that the struggle is real.
Right.
And to make it, you got to abandon that. You got to abandon that mindset, that thought, man. Come on now.
Yeah,
Don't be so angry if somebody is doing right and you want them to do it the way you want them to do it. Don't do that, man. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. And going back to that point, what we were talking about, hanging on just in case you got to go back. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Like hanging on to, because people know they don't want to be a part of the affiliations. They know they don't want to gangbang. They know they don't want to be a part of the organization. But most people, they hang on just in case they go back in their cycle and go back in the penitentiary, because they can't go back in the penitentiary and everybody know they walked away. They don't want that on them, so they keep that. Or you keeping a lot of people come home from the penitentiary with connections from the penitentiary, so you still 1 foot in, 1 foot out because you wanna. I'm gonna go get a job. If it ain't working though, I still can call bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro can make a call for me. I can go meet such and such. You 1 foot in, 1 foot out, man. And you really just setting yourself up for failure, man. Because it don't take much. Once that revolving door get to revolving, it's so easy to go to go. It's easy, man.
Yeah. It keeps moving.
Yeah, keep moving.
I want my friendships. The people that I, met and became brothers with, and I want those friendships. I don't want that lifestyle.
I don't want that lifestyle. Yeah.
And I don't want that lifestyle. Get what? I want those friendships though.
Get what? And that's the sad part. Even when you try to set boundaries, man, them friendships, they gotta die for some time, because they might
have to. It is what it is.
Yeah, they gotta see now. You for real? Because I had. Even when I came out here, a lot of my homeboys and them thought I came out here and had plugs, and man, I kept, bro, it took 2-3 years before they started saying, they just stop asking. Like, I can't even associate with you. I can't even call and check on you. I can't even back home before I came out here when I was trying to, stay out of the way. Every time I came around, they still just thought, man, that's boo. No, I got to go and cut you off completely until you realize, man, what? You can't pull me into what I'm trying to pull you into what's going on over here.
That's right. And again, that lifestyle had us believing that we were abandoning something greater than ourselves. No.
Yeah.
No. And it manipulates your human instinct to want to be friends, to want to be validated, want to be part of something. It manipulates that in a way that's negative to not just you, but everybody around you. And it makes you believe that this is what family is. This is what brotherhood is. No, you can't have that like that, because if you making those bonds, you wouldn't want to take your sister and go do something criminal.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You want the best for her. So when I make these bonds with these individuals that are a part of the same thing I'm part of, I want the best for them. But I can't have the best for them if we're doing it illegally and hurting somebody else.
Right.
See, that's the trick of that stuff. And we got to quit doing that. So when a brother gets out, now you really hurt me a few minutes ago when you were telling me about, you know what I'm saying, this other brother that was doing his thing and this and then he went back in and then they tried to charge him because he was making shows and doing things. Hey, I'm straight. Excuse me. Ain't nothing straight about that.
No.
That's misery.
Yeah, ain't nothing straight about that.
That's somebody that is miserable. And if you say you love me, then you love me today, tomorrow, and the day after. You don't stop loving me because I don't do what you say. A person is in a relationship, husband and wife, brother, sister, and all this and that, brother, whatever the case may be. You don't stop loving them when you disagree.
Right.
You don't stop loving them when they do something independent of you. You don't stop loving them under that.
Right.
But when you live that lifestyle, the lifestyle says if they don't do this, you stop loving them. No. Now you got conditions on your love.
Yeah.
That ain't real. It's all manipulation. And until you understand that, until you see that, you're going to be caught in that, like what you said, keeping it in your back pocket in case you go back in. You're going to deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with that
that's sad, man. That is terrible.
And with that being said, man, y'all go tune in and lock in on my daddy channel, man. Doing Time with Joe. I'm gonna tag it on the title of this video right now. Man, y'all do me a favor, go do that real quick. But man, we're gonna get up with you. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool? Daddy, you got something you wanna say?
Man, it's just like you be cool out there, y'all. Peace.
Blessings.